Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I need you all to grab a chair and let's talk about it because when something is not making any sense, it becomes really itchy and very hard to ignore. We're talking about Kim on Keeping Up with the Kardashian, right? New season is out. We're getting clips, snippets here and there. In this particular clip, Kim Kardashian, is chiming in on Tristan and Chloe's situation, right? So Kim is saying that, she understands how Chloe feels about Tristan cheating, but there's so much, more to Tristan because when Tristan saw her struggling as a single mom and what Ye, she said her ex, right? And that's Ye. And whenever Ye says something bad about her, Tristan would step up. Tristan would accompany her to the games, show up at the games, pick Saint up, take Saint to dinner. So you're telling me that Tristan can do all of that for someone else's child, but be absent from his own flesh and blood life? Isn't that giving side eye? Isn't that giving, I want to be in your favor? So while I have kids who I don't do these things for, because I want to kiss your ass so badly, I'm going to do it for you. And then again, there's another open area that you have to ask. Why does this area of opportunity exist, knowing that Kim has so many nannies? So at what point in the schedule does the nannies comes in to pick up and drop off? Because we know that Kim travels a lot and she's hardly home. And we know that each child has a nanny. The nanny, are the ones that do most of the pickup based on what I can understand. Yay, they have carpool, but the carpool does involve the nannies. Whenever Kim is in town and have enough time on her hands, yeah, she'll join the carpool, but if not, it is normally the nannies. If it was like a Chloe, because Chloe is like a full-time hands-on mom, right? If you guys have been observing and, taking notes, Chloe is a full-time hands-on mommy. Kim Kardashian is not. So why is it that they want to come up with these storylines thinking that they can trick the crowd, thinking that we're not going to ask questions? Like there's so many leaks and cracks and bumps and so much question to ask here because what Kim is saying is not making any sense. And you cannot help but to identify that what she's saying, it's definitely not making any sense. Well, let me go ahead and play this clip for you guys, and then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
Playing with my kids, he stepped up. He started showing up to the games. He picks Zane up, takes him to dinner, and will always come to my defense, especially if it's stuff with like me and my ex. And I just like never forgot that. Of course, his act.
Of course, you're Miss Madam Pick Me. You're gonna make everything about you. You're using a deadbeat dad to project and to portray another father as a deadbeat dad. Gosh, woman, the devil works hard, but you definitely put in all that overtime. So you're telling me that Tristan cannot see what is going on here, and you're telling me that Tristan, you as a man, you've signed up for this shit, honey baby? Well, let me tell you something, Tristan. You're not going to have an image when this family's done with you, So I guess you're going to have to work harder to stay in that family. And I mean, it took some time. It took some time for Scott. And even when Scott and Courtney was over, do you realize how they threw Scott under the bus? call him a drunk, someone who's problematic with gambling and all of that. I don't know how Scott got them off his back. But honey, Tristan, you're a black man. You see, this is a thing with America. Someone from another race can do something and they can, clean up their act and move away from that. A black person can never ever do that. So Tristan will never clean up his act. Even if he cleans up his act and becomes a different person, it will always be remembered as one horrible, disgusting, man, because there's a child support, scandal. It's a scandal. It's in the public. His name is always in the media for child support. If it's not with Marilee, it's with Jordan, right? So he's going to have that to deal with. He's going to also have his image being, portrayed as a sissy, always sitting down with a Kardashian and painting nails, because that's the narrative that is being created about him at this point. And I believe that Tristan really needs to think long term about his image. Even if you want love Chloe and you want to win back Chloe, you have to take back your narrative and you have to look around and look at what is going on here. You have to ensure that, you owe it to yourself to take care of your image and reputation, because when it comes to the men, they're always handed a dirty deal. It doesn't matter how good you are to these women, you will always get that dirty, nasty deal at the end of it all. Okay? So I don't know what the heck you think you're doing, man, but it's not a good look. Okay? Back to Miss Madam Pick Me, Kim Kardashian, right? We've seen Tristan coming to the games with you, but what we don't see is him leaving with you, right? Oftentimes, we don't see him leaving with you unless you're out of town. So when he's in town and he's not leaving the game with you, it's given the sense that this, everything was scripted for this moment. And Tristan, you cannot sell your black brother out at the end of the day, because there's no win for you, okay? The only win that is here is for these women, not you, okay? Now, when Kim is out of town, we see Tristan entering the game with her, and that's some of those games, and they leave, because at that point, I believe that Kim wants to have that male energy around her to make her feel good, validated, and it will help to give her some focus and attention. So I can see why she takes Tristan on these trips out of town with her. But if you notice, every game she goes to in town, you hardly ever see Tristan leaving. So is it that he's just there for the camera? And then, if you guys remember carefully as well, the paparazzi that Yetostis phone said, we're just here for Kim, which is given the sense that Tristan is being used for this moment, this narrative, this storyline. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know, what are your thoughts? And while you're at it, show your girl some love, and see you all later. Peace.